All right, everyone. Let's go live to discuss Arsenal joining the Ultimate Champions platform, which is definitely I guess, a surprise. I don't know that anybody really expected that to happen, but it did happen, and it actually kind of was guessed a little bit by the community, I guess, early on during the day, but it's still a great surprise, and it's still awesome to be able to see um, from the EPL, um, actually joining a platform, an NFT platform like this. So anyway, what does that mean for Ultimate Champion, and what does that mean for the clubs already involved and the teams already involved? I guess the one thing that is crucial, I guess, important is Arsenal players are going to be available to buy. As you can see on the screen that I'm sharing right now, don't worry about the time written because they are the time in Australia. So remove 10 hours if you're in France, remove 11 hours if you're in England to see what time all those packs are going to be released. And when those packs are released is when players can buy their first NFT with an Arsenal shirt on. To play Ultimate Champs. The second thing that it means, of course, that means you can play the Arsenal players during the Ultimate Champions competition from now on. But the second thing that it means is that the English Premier League is now available to play on Ultimate Champs. And sure, Arsenal are the first team, and a lot of players of the platform are very excited about seeing Arsenal. But there's actually other clubs that are involved, of course, in that change, and it starts with the club from the Championship that have a chance at um, at coming up in the Premier League next season. And of course, I'm talking about a club like Sheffield United who has half a chance, a club like Huddersfield who have a chance, and those clubs are already available on the platform. And so, if those team goes up to the Premier League, then we're going to keep covering them. There's also some players that are on loan right now that belong to teams from the Premier League and that are available for Ultimate Champs, and I'm talking about players that are playing for Troyes, for example, and that have been on loan from Manchester City. I'm going to go and find a couple because I have them in my collection because I bought them when I saw that they were available. Let's go and find them right now. Issa Kabore, to name just him. As you can see, as soon as I saw that he was available, I snatched two players, two cards of him because I wanted to play with him. He's on loan from Manchester City. He's going to be maybe loaned again, or maybe he's going to play eventually with City. But with the EPL, the Championship, League One, Liga, and Ligue 2 available, player like Issa Kabore are going to get more and more value in the game. And this is kind of like what this game is all about, right? It's just starting, it's growing, and signing a new club like Arsenal is just massive for them. If you don't know yet what Ultimate Champion is, and you're willing to join, by all means, just go onto their website and join them. I'll put a link in the description of the video once it's released afterwards. It's basically, people know that I play Sorare, and a lot of people that are watching those videos probably play Sorare themselves. So it's basically another kind of Sorare. It's a mix between NFT, between fantasy football. It's pick your players, buy some NFTs, and put them into the team, and then see how they fare during the week and the weekend, and then get some points and get some rewards. The difference, I guess, the main differences between Sorare and Ultimate Champions are it's 11 players, as you can see on that squad. That was my squad for the midweek. Where I didn't score too well. B, as it stands right now, because the beta version just got launched 5 game weeks ago. It's game week 5 that we have here. It's right now only, I guess, a league. There are no tournaments. And so you can play common cards, epic cards, rare cards, mythic cards, unique cards. The rare haven't been released yet, but the commons are the first one that you get, and then the epic, the mythic, and the unique have been released already. And so the game is so far just lining the players that you've bought or that you've drafted when you first joined the game, and just seeing how they progress and getting points and getting rewards. It's early. I mean, everybody know what it's early means. Everybody who has played Sorare before or any other game like this know that it's early means that once this game is going to develop and once more players are going to join, and signing Arsenal is definitely going to go into that direction, it means that the money is going to go into the game, and there's potentially an ability to make a bit of money for anybody who's already into the game. That's only what part of it, though, as far as I'm concerned. Another part of the game that's pretty interesting is up there on the right. This where I have a bit over 5,000. There are the champs. So the champs are going to be actually a coin created by Ultimate Champion on the Polygon chain, and it's going to be a coin that can be staked and that can be used to purchase purchase player story and NFTs. That's something, of course, that's different from Sorare, because Sorare didn't have their coin, but it is something that Ultimate Champs, the founders, are definitely counting on to be a bit of a difference. So when they started Ultimate Champs, they basically had play teams from League One and teams from the Championship. So if we quickly have a look at the players there, or you can see on the marketplace, which is I guess where you buy the players, a few of the teams that are represented: Charlton, Bolton Wanderers, Quevilly in Ligue 2, Millwall, and then they've added a whole league, which is the Romanian league. So it's kind of fun. It's Liga, Ligue 2, Ligue 1, Championship, the Romanian league, and now the EPL. So up until Arsenal was added, there was definitely a bit of scratching to do to be able to understand which player to buy and which player to bet on, etc. Of course, they had to lose the champions of Ligue 2 in their game, so they were all the rage for a while, because a player like Branko van den Bomen straight away reached the status of legend of the game. I was lucky enough to have one, but I sold it for actually a very good price. I bought it for it was $29 for 3 cards, and I sold Van den Bomen for $150 a couple of days later. There's that aspect to it, of course: NFTs, collectibles, trade, a bit of ROI, but the fun is in the fantasy game, and the little differences with Sorare are the one that I spoke about, and also are in the packs. So in Sorare you just go and do your auctions. Well, there's a bit of I guess there's a bit of random facts, random acts in Ultimate Champions that you can't get rid of, and that's the pact. So once you want to add new players, or if you want to buy new players, well, you just buy their packs, and when you buy their packs, you don't actually know what you're going to get. So we're going to take an example where we're going to look at that gold pack that is being sold tonight, the Arsenal gold pack, with its the second most expensive pack that has been sold on Ultimate Champions. There was one at $249 before, so this one is $175, and it contains 3 cards, and so basically it tells you what cards you're going to get. So you're getting for sure 3 epic cards. Epic is the lowest level of NFTs in Ultimate Champions, but there is 10% chance that you get a mythic, or just under 10%, and 0.05% chance that you get a unique card, which means that they exist, but it's going to be hard to have them. Those 3 cards are going to be from Arsenal. You can be lucky and you can get Ramsdale and El Neni and Odegaard, or you can be less lucky and you can get Bernd Leno and Cedric Soares and I don't know, and Nicolas Pepe. So that's where it's different from Sorare. You don't go to the auction and pick your player. You buy a pack, and if you're lucky, you get the cards that you want to get. If you're not lucky, you're going to get players that don't play. That said, everybody has played those fantasy games, and everybody who follows football knows how the world of football works. And you might pick a player that is a GNP today in Arsenal, but that can be loaned anywhere in Ligue 2, Ligue 1, League 1, Championship next season, and who could become a very interesting utility just after. That said, again, I think one of the most important things that has just happened with Ultimate Champion, and then now that's going to be me maybe digressing a little bit. I've been playing Sorare for a while, and everybody knows that, just over a year. And Sorare has always said, we are going to have the best leagues in the world. We're going to have the best leagues in the world. And now the first Premier League team to to sign in a while, because Sorare had Liverpool for a while, is Arsenal, and they're signing for Ultimate Champions. And Sorare was very quick via Nicolas, their owner, their founder, to respond and say, we're still dedicated and we still want to get the best leagues and da 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 da. The fact that Ultimate Champions got Arsenal is bringing a lot of hype towards this project, and all projects are of course supporting each other because that's the right thing to do, and blah 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 blah. But it's also going to, I guess, maybe drag a few players away from Sorare and a bit of money away from Sorare and put it in Ultimate Champions. And Sorare is having some minor issues with rewards and stuff like that people who complain will always complain about. But I think it is definitely helping kickstart Ultimate Champion, and it's kind of, sky is the limit after that, because if the players are able to play, we're just before a transfer window. There's a lot of players already available into the game. Some players have performed very well in their teams, and I'm thinking about Rajkovic, who's available for the Stade de Reims, or a player like Van der Boomen from Bordeaux, from Toulouse, excuse me, a player like Issa Kabore from Troyes that I just talked about before, or Dominique Kwame from Troyes. So a lot of players that have been really good and that could be transferred, and if they're transferred to another club, they're still going to be covered by Opta and therefore by Ultimate Champions, which that's the development of the game now. And every time a team is going to be added, we're going to have a bit of that. The Romanian league adding it, I think, was a bit left of field, but it's also a good way for people who are interested in scouting unknown leagues to get a bit more involved into that game and to try and find, to compare with Sorare, to try and find your Ajax of Romania, which is, spoiler alert, the CFR Cluj, which is the team who wins everything in Romania. But at least you're going to see how much an Odegaard costs versus how much I think is one of the best players in Cluj's. The name is gone now. Anyway, there's a few very awesome players in Romania, and already they have that legit little status of being superstars when no one knew them before they were on Ultimate Champion. So there's that fun part of the game coming up. My digression and where I was going to go with Sorare and Ultimate Champions is that it's going to go two ways, right? It's going to go PES and FIFA. So either it's going to be two entities growing almost against each other and trying to prevent different ways of playing. So the packs and the 11-a-side for Ultimate Champions and everything that we know already from Sorare, the SO5, etc., and are going to attract two different crowds, and some crowds are going to mix a little bit. All the two entities are going to become so big that they're going to be, I guess, sort of like a game changer for how NFTs in football are considered, which is already the case. And eventually, I wouldn't be surprised if you end up seeing one buying the other, or both sharing the spoils, I guess, somehow fairly, so that they can both thrive, because Sorare has thriving for the past 2-3 years. And it was always going to happen that whether it was Futium tried to get in there, and they're a bit different because they're not real players. Club is getting in there, and now Ultimate Champions is getting in there. It was always going to happen, some real competition for Sorare and for how good Sorare has been. It's just going to be about the community around Ultimate Champions. Can you create Sorare data for Ultimate Champions? Can you iron all the creases as fast as people might think that Sorare has, although Sorare took a lot of time as well to be able to get where they are right now. Nobody knew them for like a year before everybody jumped on it in 2020, 2019 even. So there's a bit of work, of course, to do for Ultimate Champions, but that announcement, getting Arsenal in, getting the EPL in, is massive on, of course, a lot of levels. What's next? The Champions League might be next, or the Europa League, or at least all the European competition, because Arsenal is going to play them. The World Cup might be next, because some players in Arsenal are definitely going to play in the World Cup. Ultimate Champions, at the end of the day, is basing their data on Opta. So any competition that Opta is following, I'm sure wouldn't be a problem to incorporate them into Ultimate Champions the way Sorare has done it. So this is a game that is just going to develop and develop. As it stands as well, there's no it's great on Sorare that it's there because it helps and all that, but there's no referral or whatever on Ultimate Champion. So I'm not talking about it hoping that somebody is going to use my link or anything like that. I'm talking about it because I feel like it's a great platform that has a lot of upsides, and that is fun, of course, because at the end of the day, I think it's always kind of fun to play fantasy football, and you got to spend a bit of money sometimes to be able to get epics. But as it stands, and I think that's probably something that they are going to keep for a while because it's attractive, and maybe it doesn't make everybody who's already part of the game happy, because we have those heated conversations on Discord quite often. But if you don't have the ambition to spend money in Ultimate Champs, you can still win a lot. If you draft your team properly. So when you join, you draft, you pick up your common cards in the mix of all the cards that are available. You can win competitions, game weeks, I should say, sorry, every single week. And every single week you can win your NFT of by just scoring the right amount of points. So if we go back to the playing screen, you can see here the reward. So every week, game week 5 was a bit weird. I'm going to show you game week 4 where the results were a little bit better than game week 5. So as you can see, if you score 400 points, you get a common card. If you score 1,000 points, you get 2 common cards. And if you score 1,500 points, you get 1 epic. And so I scored 1790 for game week 4, which was last weekend. And I scored 1790 by having Dupé from Toulouse as a goalkeeper, a couple of defenders from Huddersfield, one defender from the extraordinary Romanian club of Sepsi, and then Bailey Wright from Sunderland, who was playing the League One playoff. Bailey Wright, who's Australian, which is why I'm very happy to have him in my team. And then Embleton from Sunderland as well. Branko van den Boomen from Toulouse, just before I sold the cards. Another player from Romania who did not play. Spearings from Toulouse, Onewu from Toulouse, and Cornet from Le Havre. So people who actually know Ligue 1, Ligue 2 well, Le Havre is there, Quevilly is there, Pau is there, Toulouse is there, Reims is there, and Troyes is there. And for Ligue 1 Championship, there's more teams, and there's a whole Romanian Liga as well. As you can see, out of this team that I fielded, only 3 players, Wright, Van den Boomen, and Cornet, are players that I had to pay for. All the other players are so-called free player, common players that I could have drafted. Some of them I paid like $1 for 3 cards for the cheapest packs. But all those players could have come for free, and they all attract a 10% bonus. And the players that you pay for, the Epic, all attract a 25% bonus. You can see the bonuses over here, like plus 10% for Embleton, plus 25% for Van der Boomen. So if you get a team of almost only commons, you can still win. And the proof is in the pudding. I can't remember if it's this week. There you go. The first team for this game week, who got 2,379, was only players that were common. Look at that pretty stack of players. But anyway, good on him. He stacked his whole team, everybody from the same team, and he ended up winning. And what he won with 2,379 points is a mythic card and 1,000 champs. And now if we look at how much a mythic card is worth, we're going to go here. We're going to go rarity, mythic. A cheap mythic card is worth $25. So even if you won a bad mythic card, that's how much money you got. And then if you go to a mythic card that's actually worth it, oh look, Adil Rami, this is not worth it. Adil Rami, just so you guys know, who is worth it? Alioui. Alioui starts to be a bit worth it. People probably don't know Ligue 2 because Alioui is a good forward. It's only $60. It's not too expensive. If you go to players that end up having real value and that you've heard of or that you wouldn't mind playing into your squad, and that's where we're going now. Dion Lopi, the player from Stade de Reims, $173 in Mythic. Belcorchia, the player from Quevilly, $200 in Mythic. Ike Ugbo, the Canadian international, who plays at Troyes and who's on loan from Manchester City, $224. So by putting zero money in there, you can win these players. And I think that's probably one of the most attractive things about Ultimate Champion. Again, it's something that some of my fellow OG, as they are called in the game on Discord, have complained about, but I think something that is very attractive for people joining. One of the downside ish of Ultimate Champions right now is their momentum is probably going to run out very soon, because as it stands, they don't cover any team past the end of the English and the French and the Romanian Football League. So all three leagues are over in 2 weeks to a month, and so after that, until the leagues come back, which is end of July for most of them, there's not going to be anything covered. So something could happen. They could, get K League 2 or J League 2 or the Brasileiro or the Argentinian league or something like that. But until then, I'm afraid they're going to lose a bit of momentum. It's probably going to be a good moment for them to sell a lot of packs, to maybe fix all the so-called bugs, or to listen to the feedback, because there was a lot of feedback provided on the Discord, and it's going to be a way for them to regroup and to be ready to relaunch again when the new season starts. Anyway, I'm not going to keep that video for much longer. It's already 20 minutes of me rambling about how good Ultimate Champ is and how great it was to see the addition of Arsenal in this platform. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, clearly, I'm an Arsenal fan. If people didn't know, people who have listened to my French football podcast know that I'm a Marseille fan at heart. But I am born when I am born, old enough not to have any hair, and so I was following Arsenal when Titi Henry, Patrick Vieira, Emmanuel Petit, Gilles Grimandi, all the boys were there when I was playing football myself. I was calling myself Ashley Cole because I was playing as a left back. So I really enjoy Arsenal, and seeing finally Arsenal NFT cards is something very exciting for me, and I'm sure very exciting for anybody who loves football and who was there when they were the Invincible, who was there when Dennis Bergkamp was tearing it up, who were there when when Thierry Henry was tearing it up, and all those brilliant players that have played either at Highbury or at the Emirates more recently. Arsenal is now available on Ultimate Champions, not on any other platform. The first NFT packs are going to be on sale tonight. I feel like you should join, and if you're keen, spend a bit of money. It's the very beginning of this project, and it's not an advice. It's not a financial advice. Is that the warning or whatever? But my gut feeling said that it's going to be worth it. Thank you very much for following the video. Don't forget, Arsenal as General Ultimate Champion. It's the big news. It means the EPL is joining the platform as well. It means that the players who belong to Manchester City and are on loan at Troyes, like Issa Kabore, have a future that's even brighter than it already is. Thank you for following. Subscribe, ask any questions on Discord, on Twitter, on YouTube, wherever you want. I'll answer gladly, and I'll make new videos soon about Ultimate Champions or Sorare, or as every week, I'll release the French Football Podcast about Ligue 1 and French football in general. Ciao, ciao. Merci.